Have you ever heard of artificial insemination? Well, it's a very big concept when looking at breeding stock and livestock production. I will be focusing on cattle artificial insemination. Throughout this presentation, one will see the many tools used AI, and will also learn why many people use this method over others, along with how this can improve one's herd. This is a method my dad has used with our herd, and is something I have been around my entire life, a topic that is very interesting and can be very beneficial when looking to make money in livestock production. First off, what is artificial insemination? Well, let me tell you. Artificial insemination is when you impregnate a cow without using a live bull. This is possible because bull semen is collected in straws. This is making it possible to breed to any bull in the country as long as they are collected. So what that's saying is they take bulls in, they use a probe, and they collect their semen, and therefore it makes semen and it's able to be stored, and you're able to use that semen whenever you want, whenever your breeding season is and whenever you choose to have your breeding season. There's artificial insemination process a lot of the time. In this case, on our farm, we do synchronization where we take 7 at a time. We use what we call seeders, and we give them shots that make them ovulate all at the same time. We synchronize them 7 at a time so that they all come into heat at the same time. Therefore, we leave the seeders in a week, and the following week we take them out and begin to artificially inseminate, which we do 10 cows at a time. So therefore, when it is calving season, if they all stick AI to the bull, to their sire, and not to the live bull that we put in to clean up in case they don't all stick AI, we have them all calve in the same amount of time, so they're all calving closely together, so we don't have a long, drawn-out calving season. We will now move on to some of the supplies needed when wanting to artificially inseminate. First off, this is the sheath, which you take the straw of semen and you insert it into the end of this, and this is what kind of protects the semen. And you take this, which is the insemination gun, and you take this with the semen, straw of semen like mentioned, stick it in here like this, and then the straw of semen's at the end here, and you're ready. You have to keep the straw of semen, like I mentioned before, it's at the end. You put it down here so it stays in darkness. That way you're able to protect the semen, because a light is not good for the semen. There's that. Then before using the semen, you have to thaw out the semen because it's in a semen tank, which I didn't feel I should bring in because I'm inside giving this speech, and it's a pretty big task. And that's the semen tank's full of nitrogen, which keeps the semen straws cold and keeps them out of the light and everything, and that's what keeps them good for long periods of time. So therefore, before AIing, before you're ready, you stick your straw of semen that you're about ready to use in this, and this is heated water, and it's supposed to be 94 to 96 degrees Fahrenheit, and you stick the straw semen in there and thaw it out for about 35 to 40 seconds, and then your semen's ready to begin actually the process of inserting it into the cattle's ovaries and everything. Also, the next thing is once the semen's thawed out and you're ready to artificially inseminate the cow, here's what you snip off the end of the semen so that the actual semen can be released into the ovaries. Also, some paper towels, because you have to wipe off the manure and stuff before you begin the process of AIing, because it can cause infection and stuff when you're AIing. And lastly, you have a glove that usually goes up to your shoulder. That way when you're AIing, you don't obviously get in your hand and your arm all manure-y and dirty and that kind of stuff. Finally, how this tactic of artificial insemination can help improve a herd. Well, it helps by improving bloodlines. Therefore, you're not having inbreeding and having the same bloodlines of, say, the same sire being bred to, say, its sister or brother. That's one big key to why this tactic helps improving herd quality. Also helps get better EPDs, which stands for expected progeny differences, which therefore meaning the differences the sire's offspring have, like their milk production, their everything that involves their makeup and how they are, just the differences between them. And you can help you produce the type of cattle herd you want, or in that case, any type of herd you want. You can artificially inseminate in cattle, hogs, pigs, horses, whatever there is. So, therefore, it's a great tactic to use. We've been using it for, oh geez, my dad's been artificially inseminating for years now. Like I said earlier, it's something that's been around our family for a long time, and it's something that we always do, and we've had a lot of good luck with it, but it's usually a hit or miss situation because not all cattle stick, so therefore you have to put in a live bull that cleans up, and if they don't stick, I mean, that's just part of it, and there's nothing you can really do about it. Now knowing and seeing what goes on in artificial insemination and what it actually is, I hope if you are ever interested in livestock, it's something that might interest you. Hopefully after this presentation you understand actually how important it really is in the breeding stock aspect of livestock.